After the ball is over, after the skein is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 353. It is Saturday, May 4th, 2019, as we are recording.
And may the 4th be with you.
Okay. Anyway, it's a little later than normal because I went out with my friend for breakfast this morning because it's the first week of May, and we do that the first of the month if we can, so that was fun. We want to welcome all new and returning viewers. We're glad to have you with us. If you are new, we're glad you found us, and we hope you will return because you find something you like. Mm-hmm. And if you are returning, we're always glad to see you back.
Indeed.
If you are in the shadows, please feel free to join the Ravelry group, Pen, Hook, and Needles on Ravelry. That's where all the alongs take place, all the giveaways, all the prizes, all the fun stuff, the support and everything happens there. If you're on YouTube, I'm sure if you're watching, you probably watch us on YouTube, although you could be in the group as well. But if you are watching
regardless,
on YouTube,
the video was linked from YouTube.
Right. You might want to subscribe to the channel and press the little bell so that you can get notifications if you feel like you want to do that, and the subscription button, right?
Subscribe.
Yeah, on your right. Okay, it's a red button.
Yeah.
We do have some new members. We have a new member this time. Is TD Brace, and I believe that is Tess. So we're glad to have you with us, Tess.
Welcome aboard, Tess.
We're welcome to have you. Well, welcome to have you with us. Yes, we're welcome to have you with us. Okay. We have a new.
We were too lazy to get tea today.
Yeah, I like I said, I just got home from breakfast, so I'm kind of full. I don't want anything really hot.
And I was too lazy to make a cup of tea by myself.
And my husband and I are going out, so we want to, get the podcast out so we can go and do our date night.
Date evening?
Date
afternoon?
Afternoon, evening, whatever you want to call it. So, there's a new charity that we heard of, and Ty has more information on it than I do because I just have the bare basics of it.
I only have bare basics too, but it's a little less bare than your bare.
Last week we told you that we were going to be going to the grand opening of our local yarn shop, and it's called Knitter's Magic. It's in Winchester, Virginia. It's a really cute little store. Mm-hmm. It's really, and we had a blast. It's people were coming in and out the whole time we were there. We sat at the table. We knitted, we crocheted, we looked at yarn,
I think we really only knitted.
No, I think somebody was, I crocheted a little bit, I think.
Did you? Okay.
I think I did. In any event.
I mean, there were crocheters present, but I don't know if they brought anything. We crafted,
okay? We fiber crafted, and there was yarn to look at, and there was food, and there were drawings. I won something, but I don't have it here yet because I have to go get it. I'm so excited. I never win anything, so that's kind of fun. Mm-hmm. She has a charity that she is doing, and I forget, it's called
Evans Home.
Evans Home.
Basically, Evans Home, it's local, it's in the town right next door to ours. And Evans Home, from what I gather, is a place where children are taken. They can be they're oftentimes dropped off there at any time of day or night, and they don't have families, so they are raised there. And Evans Home even has a home that is connected for people who kind of age out of the system while they're still getting their feet underneath of them, giving them a place to stay so they can put forth an effort to find a job and stuff without being homeless on top of it. Mm-hmm. So they don't just fall between the cracks because they age out. So they have kids from any age group, so that means I guess that would be 0 to 18. Mm-hmm. And just anything knitted, handmade would be appreciated.
Knitted or crocheted, handmade. So we have our two pet projects here. We have our pregnancy center, pregnancy center / hospital, but usually the pregnancy center because the hospital's not accepting as much anymore.
Yeah, well, so because once the women's care moved.
Yeah, once the women's care moved. So we have the pregnancy center, and Evans Home now. So if you have extra hats or scarves or blankets or whatever, whatever size, we can get them to either the pregnancy center or to Evans Home. The pregnancy center, our local pregnancy center, is low on baby blankets. So if you have extra baby blankets that you don't know what to do with, we'd be happy to give them to the pregnancy center. We're going to be taking
Yeah,
a
they
load
actually
out some here.
put a post on their Facebook that they make a call out to crafters.
And they don't care if they're knitted, crocheted, or sewn,
Right.
or quilted, or whatever. So we
need to make that
we have
because we have blankets for them.
we have 5 or 6 blankets that Nikki sent us. I think it's 5 or 6 blankets that Nikki sent us that we're going to be taking. It was very, very appropriate, Nikki.
Yes.
Very needed. So thank you.
Yeah.
Again,
the pregnancy center's hours are weird, so sometimes it's hard for us to.
it's hard for us to get there, but they are going to the pregnancy center.
Yes.
There's a big box sitting just behind the camera, full of the hats and blankets and things that you guys have given
And
us.
I have another box in
And
my room.
she's got another box in her room, so that will help. But
Just they're usually closed by the time I get off of work.
yeah, and they're going to go through them real quick. So if you do feel like you want to get rid of some of your baby hats and your baby blankets and any kind of hats and blankets and scarves and things like that, let us know. Send it to us, and we'll get it to the Evans house or to the pregnancy center. Okay. Now, upcoming and other groups. Well, we didn't have any tea. We're having water in our fashionable water jugs.
Hey, Fluffy thinks she's very fashionable.
And she's related to MPKC.
MPKC. And Fido thinks she is too. So,
Okay. Now, in other groups, Mom Kukuzune is hosting the April-May Lumalong in the Lumalong group for one of her patterns, the Sunlight Cowl. So this is really pretty, and it's great in bright colors, or not bright colors, whatever you want to make it in. But if it's in bright colors, it can be in autism awareness. So you might want to check that out. That's a Lumknit pattern and a Lumknit group for the along over there, and you can use that. It is a featured pattern for the autism awareness, so you might want to check that out. And that goes through the end of May. Okay, Crocheting Hoovian podcast group has the creature feature Cal Cal Lal, and that's Crocheting Hoovian, who is Laura, in her group, and it's a year-long theme-driven podcast along. This quarter is let's see, April, May, June, and it's farm animals. But you can do anything you want in terms of those amigurumi. It's just that the ones that are farm animals will be eligible for 2 chances at a prize.
what if it's a farm in Atlantis?
You have to take it up with them. I don't feel like dealing with you.
Because their farm animals be different. Are you saying they don't have farms in Atlantis? I think that Aquaman would take issue with that.
They have herds. I guess they could have kelp farms.
They
but
could.
anyway, and algae
Seaweed farms?
Seaweed farms. Anyway, she also
What's
has
Namor's kingdom? Is he Atlantis as well, or
I
just a
don't-
Marvel version of Atlantis? I don't know Namor as well. He kind of irritates me.
Yeah, he does. He bugs me. Anyway, going back to Laura Crocheting Hoovian, she also has the Whip It Cal Cal Lao, which is to finish all the whips, and she's getting ready. No, I think she's actually started today or tomorrow. She started her her new shawl pattern, Cal KAL. It's the Life Changes shawl, and I haven't cast mine on yet because I'd like to finish something first, but I would highly recommend that. It's a really pretty shawl, and that starts in the beginning of May, and I'm not sure how long it's going. You'll have to check the group. Okay, the rules are in the group. Now, all these, like I said previously, all these alongs are in groups that we like, and we like what their podcast or what they stand for or whatever, the people involved, and we think you might like it too. Okay, and I'm not going to go through the rules of all these groups because it'll take forever.
Indeed.
So just check it out over there. Now the other Cal that Crocheting Hoovian is doing is one she's doing with Diary of a Physicist Farm Cow. Boy. With Dog for a Woman, who is Deborah, and that is she's doing that amigurumi one with her, the creature feature. But Deborah is also doing in that group the I love big shawls, and I cannot lie. The 2019 Farmer's Almanac make along, and she's started May now. Creature features, I said, and the Knitter Knitter
Knitter Done. Yeah.
And then also Never Have I Ever. So she's got a ton going on in there. And I've got things going that I mean to put in her group, but I just haven't taken the pictures. So
It doesn't help anything.
doesn't. But that's she's a really fun podcast. She's
Which thing? Because you didn't get a kit done. You didn't get a big shawl done.
no, but you have progress.
Oh.
Anyway, as I was saying, the those alongs are all I believe they're all year longs. So check those out. That's Dr. Fire Woman, who's Deborah. The podcast is a lot of fun. She has on the top end of it, she has fiber related stuff, and then at the end she has science related stuff, which is really fun. And she talks about animals and all that. She's got a ton of animals. I mean, she's got dogs and cats and cows and
Oh.
donkeys and horses and all kinds of stuff. Chickens, all kinds of stuff. So it's really fun. Comfort and Crafts group, that's B-Wing, who is Brittany. And she is one of our members and one of our moderators. And she's got, not a podcast, but she's got What Are You Reading in 2019, 19 Hats in 2019, 52 Dishcloths in 2019, and Color Work. So those are a lot of fun.
Buddy. She's getting a lot of color work done lately.
Yes, she is. Bee's Knees is Studio Von Design, another member and another moderator. And she is Vonnie. And she's doing 19 of whatever in her group. And I have several things that I finished. I probably should put them in there. I don't have anywhere near 19, but there you go.
Well, you don't get near my team unless you do them. So.
Well, you can talk to the hand.
Well, that's not what I meant.
Okay.
That I meant you aren't going to get points for them if you don't post them.
Yes.
That's what I was trying to say, but it came out wrong.
Yes, you said it poorly. Never Cast Off podcast. That's Deb's Destiny, who is Debbie, and Blue Yarn Always, who is Sheila. And they're doing Tracking Stash. I'm not sure what else they're doing because I'm really far behind in podcasts right now. But they're a lot of fun, so you might want to check out what they're doing. And last but not least is Vanilla Sock Pig. Vanilla Sock Pig podcast. That's Stephanie. Hi, Stephanie. I hope you're having fun at Maryland Sheep and Wool with Laura and everybody else. She's doing the Multiple Myeloma Cal, which is a craft along in her parlance. And that the only thing I had to say about that is, besides the fact that I think it runs through May, the end of May, is that it has to be substantially read. Okay, you can check out the rest of the rules in her podcast group, and check out her podcast. She's a lot of fun. She's very low key, very soothing to listen to, and she's very upfront with what she's going through with her cancer right now. So wish her well. Okay, now in our group we have the PHNT and Tales, and this is a year-long Cal Lao. Our co-host is the lovely Cappy from the Yarn and I podcast. And she has graciously given us coupon codes that you can find in her dedicated thread. So if you want to pick up the shawl kits for that lovely shawl she did for us, you can check out the discount code that is for us. And then she has also another code for us that is not the shawl kit, which is different. And it is for our podcast viewers, so it's in that thread. I will not say it on the internet.
Yes, because
okay,
the Ravelry group people will get it.
Yes. And this runs all year. Okay. The projects must be knit, loom knit, or crocheted. Whips will be allowed as long as they are worked on during the long. Chatter and pictures will be on the same thread. And the projects must be tied in some way, shape, or form to the theme of tea and or tales. Tales being fictional, please. Okay? If you have questions, you can see what Goodreads or Amazon says about the work that you're reading, or you can contact us, and if we don't know, you may still have to go to Goodreads or Amazon, okay, and see what they say. I already said 1 whip per project per week, the FO whenever it's completed. We have several prizes, and I know that normally the first of the month we do go through the prizes, but we're a little crunched for time, and that may have to change if I have this standing breakfast with my friend on the first week. It may be the second week of the month.
Right.
Okay, so let's see. Any Franciscan Gypsy Designs FO that can be related to tea and or tales is eligible for 2 chances at a prize. Any Lady Fernico Creations yarn or the Yarn and I yarn that is an FO is eligible for 2 chances at a prize. Any Joanna Johnson, Mom Cook, Crocheting Hoovian, or Studio Von Designs patterns that are related to tea and or tales that are finished objects is related to 2 chances at a prize. And if you have a featured yarn and a featured pattern that is together, so you've got all that in that FO, then it is eligible for 3 chances at a prize. Let's see here. I think I got everybody in terms of... This is Tea and Tails, right? Okay. And this quarters prize is a Plum Deluxe purple package. Unfortunately, that cannot go overseas. Okay, so that will have to be a stateside person. And then a pattern from Mom Cook, who is Renee, and it's a loom knit pattern. Okay, and we're very grateful to the generosity that she has shown us. She's given us many patterns.
Yes, she has.
Which we're very, very happy to have. Okay, now autism awareness started April 1st, so we are 1/3 of the way through, and this is we have 2 co-hosts for this. We have Laura Concert, who has been doing this with us for 3 years or 4 years, something like that. And we have Vanilla Sock Pig. This is her first year. This is Stephanie once again.
This is also Stephanie's first year as a podcaster.
It
She's
is.
only a few months old.
Yeah, she's got 7 podcasts up, I think it is.
If she's even a few months, I guess it would be a few months old.
a couple months old.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a couple to 3 months old. She's just started. She's really fun, and you want to watch her from the beginning. This is the time to do it because you only have a few. She's a lot of fun. She's very regular, which is nice. I'm hoping that she'll be able to continue with that, with all her medical stuff that she has to do. But anyway, they are our co-hosts. They're wonderful, and we love them dearly, and we're glad to have them with us. Now, I'm not going to go through all the rules as I said, except to say that this must be bright colored projects, okay? Knit, loom knit or crocheted, bright colored projects for about 75% of the projects. Sparkle yarn is, of course, accepted. Also blue, because blue is also an autism color. But try to make the blue on the brighter side. And as I've said previously, we do have a chart, I think we have 2 charts in the autism awareness thread that you can kind of look at and see if that's if what you're doing fits it. And if you're not sure, ask us. But we will always, unless it's obvious, we will always go with your discretion because we can't see.
Yeah, unless it's black.
Yeah. Or white or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here. I have to go through this because I'm not going to give you all the stuff here.
Minutia.
The minutia. We do have several prizes. The whips, FOs, and chatter will all be in the same place. We do have featured yarn, featured patterns. As always, My Yarn Ties patterns are featured. I believe we said, let me see.
Mom's pattern.
My pattern. I forgot to say my pattern in the last one. Okay. Featured patterns. Franciscan Gypsy Designs, my shawl, any brightly colored yarn of mine is a featured yarn. Any brightly colored pattern by Crocheting Hoovian, Jack B. Nimble pattern, and the one that I just mentioned, the Sunlight Cowl by Mom Cook, and Miss World patterns. And she has donated, I didn't write it down, I'm sorry, Miss World, but I believe she has donated a pattern for the prize pool for this.
Oh, okay.
So I have to check it out. She's been really busy, so she hasn't been able to see what's going on. And she forgot what time of year it was. So
Because usually most times she does.
she always does. So those are all featured and eligible for 2 chances at a prize for the finished object. If you marry the 2, the yarn and the pattern, then it's eligible for 3 chances at a prize. The Sparkle Like the Star You Are, Cal Cal Lal, is also 1/3 of the way through. Okay, anything that sparkles. Okay, if it's bright and it sparkles, you can also use it in autism awareness. But sparkles. So this is a Cal Cal Lal, all right, and it goes through the end of June, and the tag is PHN Sparkle 2019, and hashtag PHN Sparkle 2019 is the one for Instagram. Featured yarns, as always, My Yarn, and featured patterns, as always, Franciscan Gypsies patterns. So those are all the featured things for the Sparkle Along. Now, I'm trying to see here. There's something here that I want to make sure I get it straight. I'm looking for it. If you do... Okay, here it is. If My Yarn is used with Talia's patterns, you have 3 chances at a prize for the FO because, you're marrying 2. Okay, if you use My Yarn or Talia's yarn, as a featured thing, you have 2 chances at a prize for the FO. If you use my yarn with her pattern, 3 chances. If you use my Follow Your Star Sparkle colorway with a featured pattern, then you have 4 chances at a prize. That's the only one that we have 4 chances at a prize for. So
You have to do all your repostings.
you have to do all your repostings, please. Okay, we're just not able to do that at this point. So, and it's what it is. It's sparkle yarn. Okay, it can be acrylic yarn. It can be big
As long
box.
as
It
it's
can
sparkly
be as
and-
long as it's sparkly. That's fine. Okay. We have several prizes for that. The coupon code for PH Enters who are members of a Ravelry group for 20% off is in the group. The 15% coupon for those who are not members of the Ravelry group is AA Sparkle 15, and that will be good till May 15th. So I'm sorry, May 31st. So the end of this month. You have to the end of this month for the 15% off if you want to buy my yarn. To do this, any of my yarn. It doesn't even have to be sparkle yarn. If you want to buy yarn for the autism awareness or whatever, it's still got the 15% off. The 20% is for members of the Ravelry group, and the code is in the groups. Okay? If you can't find it, let me know. All right. How many projects do you have?
More than you, I'm pretty sure. Okay. A YouTube notification. Let me make sure it's not a comment. No, it's not. Okay.
I think I have 8.
Oh, well, then we might be
Let
close.
me see. 1.
Yeah, I have 8.
4. 5. Counting is commencing. 6. 7. 8. Ha ha ha. Okay.
You get to go first this time because I've been going first the past couple times.
Okay. Do you have any FOs? Because I do.
I do not.
I have a small one. Okay. All
I'm
right.
very close to an FO, but I'm not there yet.
I'm close to a couple of them, but no cigar right now. All right. My first one is in my.
You must have done some pretty crazy amount of work because you had like 6 last time I talked to you.
I guess. Okay. In my Knitting's My Bag, medium owl bag on a blue background is my Yowza Way at Shawl 3, and I only did, I think, maybe 1 or 2 rows on this. So you can see it is moving along. I still have to block my other shawl. Don't have much space in here with all the boxes. So you can see it's all bunched up on the needles. But this is Yowza.
Well, it kind of gets that way. Most shawls get a little bunch of the needles as you go along.
Yeah, this is the Grand Dream colorway, and I think the people who commented on this colorway, they liked it. It is really pretty. It's got blues and maybe some
A little bit of
purple
purpley.
in it, which is, I'm not a big purple fan, but it does look pretty in this blue. And this is something I would consider to be maybe a tonal as opposed to a variegated, because it's not like in your face or completely different colors, but I
Yeah.
might be wrong. And Yowza is DK Light Worsted. This one was considered DK Light Worsted. Now they're calling it just DK. It's the same base, I think. And these are US 8s. And the pattern is by Susan B. Anderson. I'm quite sure that most of you know this already because it was very popular for a while there.
But if they're newer to the Ravelry community, they might not know.
Yeah, that's true. She has like, I think I have all of them. What's that, like 4 of them or 5 of them?
I think there's 4.
Yeah.
I only really knit consistently the 1 because I think it was it was a 3.
Yeah, whatever one I've got here.
Yeah,
because
because-
it's 3. It's Yowza 3.
I did knit one of the other ones, and I just don't wear it as much. The shape is a little different.
Okay, it's your turn.
Okay, so in my in my Mama C Tudor bag is Mom's Peacock Shawl. It is the On the Forest Floor by Simone Caritz.
Yay.
Using Yowza. The colorways are Terra, Trust Me, and Zing. And you know that I don't care for the Terra colorway, but Mom does, and this is her shawl, not mine.
Yeah, and I would not use that in something like large, like a sweater or something, most likely. I do like it in as an accent. It's very pretty.
I've gone a lot more towards solids or tonals just in recent years. I think that has something to do with my colorwork obsession. So
Did you see the Maryland Sheep and Wool, not quite Maryland Sheep and Wool colorway from Miss Babs? It's called music season or something like that. So pretty. It's got these kind of colors in it,
So peacock would definitely.
but
fix
not
this.
completely. I mean, just some of those colors in it.
And I'm using my Knit Pro needles.
Purple ones.
Yes, which matches.
Okay. My next one is in my Kikiboo Owls Holiday Owls bag, and it's my Sherbet Toddler Hat 2, because this is how much I have of it.
So it tells you kind of what.
Quiet.
What?
Spoiler alert. So I've got. I can't even see.
No,
Let's
you
see.
can't.
I see if
There
I can-
is actually something on there. It's not just you can kind of see.
It's kind of it's about a row or two, I guess. And I just started. I'm hoping that this yarn will complete the hat. So that's what I'm doing with this. The Cindywood loom.
Your loom touched my yarn.
Touch, touch,
Oh.
touch.
Oh.
Your turn. Whiny baby.
Hang on, I gotta finish my decrease. Okay. So in my
Okay.
Silver Shed USA Tree Frogs bag is my Buttercups and Bluebell Field shawl. It's another On the Forest Floor by Simone Carit.
Matches almost your bag.
It does. It's a very good fit. Again in Yowza. The colorways are Dragon's Flight, Inkwell. No. Yes, this is Inkwell. This is not Zing. Inkwell and Squash Blossom.
Yep.
So I'm looking forward to having this.
Pretty.
It's bright. It's happy.
Says, look at me, look at me,
I like it.
look at me, look at me.
And it'll also match the hat that I already have.
Look
knit
at
in
me,
those
look at
colors.
me.
So it's happy and it's bright. And I wear a lot of yellow, so
All right. Did I mention people? I guess I mentioned Laura.
and Stephanie,
No, Gracie's mom.
Gracie's mom.
Stephanie. Okay. My next one is in my. I don't know.
You don't know what it's in?
Oh, it's my Stitch by Mimi bag. This one. I love this bag. It makes me happy. Look at all the fun teacups. They're teacups. They have tea bags. So,
Actually have tea bags?
yes.
Oh, they do actually have tea
I
bags.
think she said she made an apron out of this for herself.
I think
this
that'll
is-
be a fun apron.
Yes, this is my bonfire shawl from the Sock Knitted Shawl pattern by K.F. Jones. And I really am close, I think, to finishing this, but it might not be next week. This is, as I said, by K.F. Jones, the Sock Knitted Shawl. And I'm using US 9 Chow Goose for this. There we go. It's getting really big.
It is, actually.
And I have, where's my yarn? I have this much in the skein here that I'm using, so I might end up breaking into this one if I want to go further. And
I
then-
do need to show you my other ones. You can determine if you feel like. But I know I did break into my second one.
Okay, and then this is the contrast color. This is, I say it's Vlad's, but I'm not sure.
I think that is Vlad's.
I don't feel like taking it out right now because it's starting to get tingled. So anyway, so this is close to being done. I'm not sure exactly when it'll get done, but it should be close. I'm hoping by Shenandoah at the latest. So,
So that she can have something to show off.
yeah. Well, it took me 3 or 4 years.
Oops.
I don't think it's been that long, but
Marker. It's been a while.
well, I have another one of these on the needles too.
Okay.
2 of these and 2 of the Yowza away. It's
Okay. Oopsie, hang on. Oh, this is not decreased. Okay, good. Just wanted to do my first stitch so my stitch marker doesn't run away.
yeah.
Okay. So, in my Silver Shed USA Fun in the Woman Cave bag, you haven't seen this one in a while, and I forgot the shell again.
Oh, that's okay.
The shell is done in the other room. I always forget to bring it with me. This is Felicia, the sea turtle. The design is actually
Tara.
I forgot my own pattern name. Tara the sea turtle. Her shell is in the other room because I forgot it. The shell is all bright colors. It's Make Me Happy by Lady Furnico. So Mom. All the yarns are dyed by Mom. Here's the green, and the bottom of the shell is pink, even though I left it in the other room.
And it's not this kind of pink.
No, it's it's
Bam.
It's-
Sorry. That probably was very loud if you're wearing earbuds.
yes, it's a fluorescent pink.
Mm-hmm.
So her face has been done for a while. She has her 2 back legs done. And her tail done. So I just have the 2 fins to complete, front fins, and I'm made good progress on the first front fin.
I generally do those 2 at a time because otherwise I just don't want to do the other one.
So
I do the wings and the flippers 2 at a time. Flip, 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 flip.
So she got quite a bit of work. In fact, I haven't worked on her in quite a while. I'm sorry I didn't remember bringing the shell to show.
You failed.
I did fail.
Okay. Let's see here.
Failure at life.
Okay, my next one is in my Valeria bag. You guys know what this is, of course. Thank you, Valeria. This is my Lala Simple Shawl on Cloud 9 is the project name. And I did a fair amount of work on this. But I think, as I said last time, I have an extra row of something or other in here because I was not paying attention. But that's okay, I'm back on track. Uh-oh. I see where it dropped.
Did you drop?
Yeah, it's right here.
Do you have a stitch marker?
No.
Yes, you do.
It looks almost like a split
Let's see.
stitch.
Lily, it got split at some point, but no, it's just a drop stitch.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see exactly what happened there.
Okay.
You'll have to get to that point again,
Right.
but
Okay. So you can see where the laddering is. Okay, it dropped, but I saw it when I pulled it out, so it's right here. I'm not sure how that happened.
it happens.
Okay, so no worries. Well, Ty will help me fix it. But I'm getting close on this one as well. This poor shawl's been through the ringer sometimes, so
Ow, you
sorry.
smacked me with your needle.
needle has a minus.
That's what I get for helping
The
you.
back. You haven't helped me yet. What have you done for me lately? See, isn't that pretty? Except for this little drop section. I'll fix that hopefully.
And by she'll fix that, she means that she'll look at me pathetically and I'll fix it.
Well, you can help me fix it. It's right here. Somewhere up here. I can't see it now. Here it is. So yeah, lesson to be very careful of my stuff here. Is this another one? No, okay. It's just the back now. Okay, it's right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Makes me nervous when I see those because then I'm worried that I've got more stitch markers that are falling out than I think. Or more
More stitch markers that are
stitches.
falling out?
So this is going to have some doctoring done to it. But nothing fatal. So that's good. Okay.
I guess it is my turn.
I guess it is.
So in my Silver Shed USA Crochet and Hoovian bag, a lot of color work this week. Most of it on Sunday, which is funny because it actually was fairly wiped out on Sunday.
Yeah.
But this is, I don't even remember the name pattern. It was a free pattern on Ravelry. I think it's like just turtle hat.
I think he called it Turtle or something.
Yeah. Using Mom's yarn, Pink Panther, just some random purple that she mixed up for me, and then Bare Necessities. This is for Laura Crochet and Hoovian because the hairs were nice and let the turtles think they won.
The tortoises are winning. You are delusional. Bunnies are delusional.
That's not a nice thing to say about bunnies.
But it's true. They think that they let the turtles win.
Of course they let the turtles win. So,
It's very pretty time. She's gonna like that.
Yes, I hope so. It's definitely her colors. It's little turtles across here, purple turtles.
What's the pink? Just like background?
Just like the back. It's like a sky and grass or something.
Oh, okay. That's really pretty.
It's just a contrast color.
Sure.
So, yes, it got some work. Actually, it's not, I don't think it's terribly, well, it's still got a little bit more time.
What?
I was gonna say, I don't think it's terribly far from being done.
Oh, right.
But,
Did you see her picture of some kind of an eating hat? What's an eating hat?
I did. It's a hat she eats with, I'm presuming.
I've never heard of such a thing. It was really cute, but I don't know
Yes.
what it is. Okay.
So, yes, that got some work.
All right, my next one is, it hasn't made an appearance in a while. She is
MPKC.
Miss Peppermint Kitty Cat
MPKC.
from the Brat Kitten Pattern by Talia Fernandez. Talia. And I'm using an e-hook for this. And most of this has been done for a while. Okay, here's one part of the body. Whoops. Here's one part of the body. There. And then here's her head. Pretty green eyes.
And she knows it.
Yes, she does. This is another part of the body. I've got, I think this is the tail.
Does she still have stub legs?
No, well, we'll see. Here's one of her stubby legs. Okay. And here's her ear. There's two of those. And then her muzzle. And, oops. Did I drop anything out of there?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
My yarn somehow ended up on the floor.
It did. Okay, hold on now. That's, so I've shown you, okay, there's one leg missing, I think. Besides, oh, there's two there. There's one leg missing. Let's see.
Did you have all four
Yes.
done?
Let's see here.
Quote unquote?
Yes, here it is. Okay, here's the other short leg. Oops.
Stub leg.
Oh, hold on. Oh, this is the one I'm currently working on. Because here are the two legs that are not stubby. You can see the different size. Because I had misread the pattern. So you can see the difference. So this one has to be worked on yet. And this one is being worked on right now. This yarn. The yarn is Old Time Yarns Polworth DK. And I'm not sure what the white is. I thought it was my yarn, but I'm not positive.
I think it is your yarn.
I think it's my Bare Necessities.
Yeah.
So I'm really close to finishing her. I did my first crocheting yesterday, or the day before yesterday, I think it was. And so, from about a week or so. So that was really nice to be able to get back into this and maybe finish her up and get back onto Lady Caprice. So this will go in here, and this one could go into the creature feature for the farm. And the bag, of course, is the Silver Shed USA Foot in the Woman Cave, Lady Fernico. Okay.
So next, for me is well, it's actually in two bags. The one holding the yarn is Knitting's My Bag Autism Awareness, but the one holding the project is Silver Shed USA Snoopy's Christmas. Snoopy's Christmas or Peanuts Christmas. And the project name is Ho 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 for Me. The pattern is Ho 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 by General
Hagenboffer or something like that.
Hog something or other. Captain or General, I can't remember. Admiral. Anyway.
That's turning out well. Still
This is
like
also
a
a
hat.
free pattern.
It still looks like a hat.
That'd be a really
it'd be
tight
very
hat.
tight. Yeah, I was saying, but otherwise it looks like a hat.
So I'm starting into the white section.
Very pretty.
The white with, so this means I'm headed into the stag.
Very nice.
There's not a lot of contrast up here. It's more obvious in person. The yellow against the green works very well. The red against the white, and then the dark green, which is actually that's Black Forest, the dark green. the dark green against Not Quite a Pug will work very nicely.
I apologize for the lawnmower that you can hear in the background. My husband has to mow the lawn before it rains. Today it's been thunderstorming, so...
Yeah, thunderstormed quite loudly last night.
Yes, it did, and quite continually.
I really like the yellow against the Joshua tree.
It's very pretty.
I can't remember what the yellow colorway was. So it's going to look very Christmassy. It's a little bit masculine in its color choices. This is mine, though. Because Dad already has a Christmas stocking and he doesn't need one at this moment. And I wanted to have fun with this. And I just chose colors for my stash, which is why it might not have been colors I initially would have chosen, but they were colors I had already.
And mine
available.
finally found a box to put it away so it wouldn't get all crunched.
I always wondered what happened to it.
Oh, it's on my dresser. But I put it in a plastic bag and stayed there on my dresser for a while till I found a box for it.
We'll probably have to put all the finished Christmas stockings together. So I'll probably give you each one as I finish it, the ones for the family anyway.
Okay, my next one is in my...
Oh, Davina has already put an order in. She says that she wants a blue and silver one. So that already tells me with her color choices that it's probably going to have snowflakes on. It's going to probably be pretty classic looking. We'll see if she still likes those colors when
the time comes.
Yeah.
Okay, in my Plover Bird Mickey Mouse bag is my Colorful Birds wrap, and I did a couple, 3-4 rows when I was waiting for Talia in the doctor's office yesterday. Didn't get much done over there because by the time we got there she was almost done. So this is moving along, slowly but surely. And this is Tess Yarns. Tess Designer Yarns, Superwash Merino Worsted. And Talia gave me this about 2 years ago for Mother's Day. So about 2 years ago this week or next week or whatever. And I like the way it's shaping up. It shapes like a boomerang, you know. Very pretty. And the color is not necessarily what I thought I would like, but we'll see. It looked better in the skein in terms of being my colors, but I don't wear a lot of yellow and orange, but I wanted to work with these colors. And
every once in a while that happens.
Yeah, maybe I'll decide I want to keep it. Maybe I'll give it to somebody. But it's really pretty.
Because I wear a lot of yellow, but I don't wear that bluish shade.
Yeah. And yet you've got it in your On the Forest Floor. You have this.
I do.
You know, it's just something I wanted to work with. So that's that. And these are Chow Goos, of course. Although I do use the occasional Zings.
I'm also though very picky about my shawl shapes.
Yeah.
Mom ended up inheriting my Lala Simple shawl simply because I enjoyed knitting it. The shape is not one that I enjoy. I'm very picky with my shawl shapes.
So in spite of the fact that I did not knit it, I did dye the yarn for it.
Yes.
Okay, your turn.
Okay, so let me make sure I marked off my row. I'm pretty sure I did. Okay, good. In my Silver Shed USA books bag is my apologies.
Your apologies?
Is my Lion Witch in the Wardrobe hat by Linda Moss. For those of you who have tried to contact me regarding getting your free Linda Moss pattern, I hope to be getting those to you this weekend. Last weekend I was really wiped out and it did not happen.
I already told Laura, Gracie's mom, that it would become, she said she understood.
Yeah.
So,
this is a bunch of colors that I have. One of it is from her shop. The yellow is from her shop. Yellow, orangey color, golden color.
is that some of the yarn I gave you? Yeah.
The white is Not Quite a Pug. I use that a lot. This blue I want to say is a Mad Tosh. And the red is Dragonfly Fibers in the colorway Airport Hot Sauce.
And black.
And then, yeah, this is actually dark blue.
Oh, is it?
It is. It's a very dark blue. It's called Russian Blue.
Russian blue or Prussian blue?
It might be Prussian. I feel like it's Russian blue.
Okay.
It might be Prussian.
It might be Russian blue as a cat. You know?
Yeah.
Huh. That's very nice.
So, the peoples are developing.
So pretty.
So, I know they're only slightly developed last time. Now they've got heads that are showing. So, I should be headed up the pattern soon, which will be fun.
I'll be curious to see how mine's going to show up.
Differently?
Well, because I'm only doing 2 colors, and I've started with a darker color here. So I'm going to be interested in seeing this will be light, and then I guess all the color work will be in the dark color.
Mhm.
So that'd be cool.
It will be like silhouettes.
Yep.
Silhouettes on.
And in that vein, in my very, very, very stylish. Hush, quiet. I don't do that to you.
You would if you
No,
could.
no, I wouldn't. This is a Ziploc bag, as you can see, and it's my Lion Witch in the Wardrobe hat, which I'm calling temporarily the Aslan hat. And you can't see much here because I'm in the middle of knitting it. But I did
Oh,
start.
you got to the point where you joined.
No.
Did you start in the round?
No. I did start over again. I just didn't want to lose my stitch marker.
Oh.
So anyway, this I have to see where I'm at because I may have moved the stitch, but anyway, if I have trouble reading it, I'll ask Talia to help me. There's the beginning right here.
Oh, okay.
So I'm doing the I'm doing one of the two. I'm not doing the 1x1 ribbing. I'm doing 2x2 ribbing. And I started over again because I didn't understand how to do the ribbing at first, and so I tore it all out because I didn't want it to affect the stretchiness of it. And because these are on 2.5 needles, I didn't want to strain my hand too much, which is why I'm only where I was when I started. I'll try to get further on that soon, and then when I get to the point where I start color work, that'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
The color work is going to be in my bare necessities. So right now I'm on the 2.5s, but
You need to find a bag for that.
I do. Okay. And this is by Linda Moss. Moss?
Moss.
Yeah. She's been very generous.
Yes, she has. She designed it specifically for our group.
It's Art Felt 3.
Yes.
So if you want to check out her pattern, she has some really, really lovely patterns.
The
many of
Yorkshire
which
hat
are
is,
many of which are free.
but the Yorkshire hat, which is not free, is absolutely gorgeous.
They're all gorgeous.
I love the Yorkshire hat.
And she's, like I said before, any mistakes I might make are me because she's very clear.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very nice to be able to follow that pattern.
So the next one is in the bag that Davina gave me for my birthday. My Yarn and Noops bag by Solo Shed USA. I had to start this over again. This is the sheep mitts. The pattern's called Gimmers, and the it is by Fiddlesticks. Well, it's not by Fiddlesticks, but hold on. I want to say it's Anne Kingstone. Hang on, I'll be able to tell you. Hair on my thing. One of the things with having my hair grow out again is I start getting hair on things again. Pretty sure this one's Anne Kingstone. Yeah, Anne Kingstone.
Okay.
I should trust my memory more. I always mix up her and Faye Kennington, who's doing the next pattern I'll be talking about. But Anne Kingstone, I didn't realize until I started doing the color work that I had the wrong number of stitches. And when I went back and counted, I had cast on the wrong number of stitches. So I went back. I had finished the ribbing a while back, but I had to tear it all back, start over again. I got to where I started and then a little beyond. So I've just started the color work.
Very pretty.
And this is my first time doing color work. Fingerless mitts. I've done hats, I've done sweater.
Never have I ever.
That's color work though.
Yeah, but you've never done fingerless mitts and color work.
Yeah. I've done finger mitts and I've done color work, but I've never done them together.
Yeah.
So this is the back here. This is the palm. So it's slowly but surely coming, or it looks like it's slowly but surely coming, but I actually got a decent amount of knitting on it considering the fact that I had to start all over again.
Right. Okay, my new one, this is a new project. This is Welcome Little One from the Happy Endings pattern by 5410 Studio, and I'm using US 10.5 ChalGoo red lace circulars, and the yarn is my Bare Necessities. It's baby blanket. This is actually the size small, but I didn't want to do a size small. The lady I'm hoping to give it to is due in June, or I think it's in June, and by the time she wants to use a heavier weight blanket, I was concerned that the other one wouldn't be
Big enough.
big enough. So some.
Vegetation.
I don't know if you can see the pattern or not.
It's a little early on.
Well, you can see
Oh,
the
you can
top.
see it a little bit.
See it.
Oh, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool.
So
My yarn fell again.
I did. This is what I wanted to work on, and
Yeah, you hadn't started that when I had last.
yeah, it's kind of like a 2x2 ribbing, but
Not.
not. This was a free pattern.
You picked up the yarn specifically for this
I did.
pattern.
Pick up the yarn specifically for this pattern.
I wish I liked knitting baby blankets. I really don't.
This is very relaxing. I do have to pay attention. I've actually toyed with the idea, as annoying as it would be, to put a bunch of these circular markers every time I have to change my stitches, because I had to think back a couple times because I was watching a movie, and I was just not.
Well, then do it. If it's something that would help you, that's all the stitch markers are meant for, is to help you.
Yeah, so I might do that. Just, between the markers, and I change whatever between the markers. But anyway, I did all of this since the last.
Why don't you do something to help me?
Yes, that is a reference.
There, to make up for no references last week.
Yeah. Okay, so this, I don't know, you can't really see it, but there is a definite pattern. There you go, now you can see it.
Yeah.
And I did all of this, I think, in like 3 days.
Good for
So,
you.
3 or 4 days. So that's, that may not look like much, but that's a lot of knitting for me in 3
I think
days.
that's a fair amount of knitting. Yeah, especially, that's not the only thing you're working on.
So that's, I love 5410. They are fantastic. And
Have you done other baby blankets by them?
I had, but I ripped it out, and I forget why I ripped it out. It was not them, it was me.
Or it might have been the yarn.
Yes, it was the yarn, and I didn't go back to it. I was so frustrated with the yarn. It was a it was a super bulky of some kind, and it just was difficult to work with. I didn't like it. I didn't like working with it. I forget what it was, but anyway, that's that.
Well, then I'm going to show this before I change my color again. This is my last project in my Plover Bird Creepy Llamas bag. It's Off of Their Heads pattern by Faye Kennington. It's kind of odd that two of my favorite color hat pattern people, their last names are similar, Kingstone and Kennington. And I'm constantly going, wait, did I say the right one? Anyway, she was the first, she knit the first colorwork hat I really fell in love with, which was the Two Medicine, I believe.
Yeah.
Beautiful hat. I did in yellow and green and
Minestrone
blue.
colors.
No, not the Minestrone one. It was yellow, green, blue, because it was a dragon's flight green. Like it's the colors in that shawl.
Right.
Plus the field mouse brown.
I don't wear that very often.
I don't wear it right now because it's heavier.
Right.
And I'm not wearing a lot of hats right now. I'll probably start doing it as my symptoms get better under control as it gets colder, because I overheat very easily.
Yeah.
And the first thing I do when I overheat is I remove the hats.
Yeah.
But I prefer wearing hats. I find them stylish, and they cover bad hair days. But so I've knit one of her hats prior to this, and this is the Off with Their Heads. This yarn is shepherd's wool. I picked it up at what's the name of the shop again? Knitter's Magic.
That's her local yarn shop. She's only been open for about 6 months.
Yeah, and I do really enjoy the shepherd's wool, but it's worsted, so Faye Kennington tends to do worsted color work, which is why I automatically think of hers whenever I pick up the shepherd's wool. Now, I do like it better now that I see it
Very pretty.
almost done, but it's not high contrast, and I prefer high contrast.
In that case, you might have wanted to put, like...
Well, I took a picture, and what I'm going to do next time, because I have enough yarn, I'm going to do the blue down here, and the yellow and pink.
Yeah.
And that'll pop a lot more, because I took a picture in black and white, and I'm like, yeah, that's what I should have done. Now, Davina still likes this. She actually looked at it, I was knitting it, and she said she liked it. We'll see if she likes it when it's done. If she does, she can have it. But I prefer very high contrast. I mean, it's still pretty,
You can still see it.
and you can still see it, but I prefer a much higher contrast. I want it to smack you in the face, and this doesn't smack you in the face.
It's very polite.
But I don't like subtle color work.
It's very polite.
I don't like polite color work.
You're just mean and rude.
I like Tony Stark color work.
Because he's mad that he doesn't have a shawl pattern.
Yes.
Okay.
So, but yes, that got some work on it.
Okay.
And it's very close to being done. I'll probably have it done today. And then I'll be able to start the alternate version.
Any opposed?
No.
Okay, I have one. I can find my bag again. Here it is.
I might end up FOing this here on the podcast. I'll probably stop short of the road where I'd FO this because I want to
Okay.
finish it on the podcast.
Just so you know, I can't remember which one it is. Oh, I guess it's this one. It's the bigger one. See, I have the second hat. So I finished these two baby hats I have to take pictures of. So that Ty, this one is a little smaller than this one. So this is the one I just finished. So Ty, I can put them in with the pregnancy center stuff, or I can put them in with the pregnancy center stuff.
Because we have 2 selections anyway.
So that's that. I have one more on the loom, as you saw, for this colorway. So that's my finished object.
So that leads us on to stash enhancements.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, we went to our local yarn store, and I can't show you one of the things. I can tell you, because I don't think Davina will watch this.
No.
I did pick up a little cupcake bag for her, and I bought her some Sparkle DK yarn because she expressed an interest in doing a hat pattern in one of her books. So I got her the yarn that's coming in, and it kind of matches. It's pink and blue and purple, whatever. Multicolored, she'll like it for that. So that you can't see. Okay, the rest of the stuff I guess we can show. We got from our local yarn store. Well, this I didn't show you the bag because my blanket was in this bag. We got
And I
this
think
bag.
this will probably end up in my blanket bag, and I'll move some
Yeah.
color work into my other bag.
You can see the purple inside. It's got pockets. Got one pocket here. This was extremely reasonable.
It was very reasonable.
I've got the large pocket
and
here.
it's very well made.
It is. Large pocket here, and then two smaller but still large pockets in here. Plenty of room. It has this. If I were to use it as a purse, I could. I probably
Right.
wouldn't because it's got a magnetic snap, and I'm always dumping my purse otherwise. But it's perfect for my knitting because I probably won't bring this out with me very often.
Show the inside fabric. I have kitties playing with
Yeah, I already
balls
showed
yarn.
them the purple.
So.
This bag. It was funny because Ty saw that we saw it last time we went months ago,
Right, and I wanted it, but I held off.
Yeah,
It
and-
was still there when I came
and
back.
I liked it too. So you said pocket on the outside.
Yeah.
Mine doesn't have a pocket on the outside.
well, it's slightly different style.
Yeah, and so I said, well, I didn't even get back there because I was doing something or other. She picked that up. So one of the ladies who was there went looking, and she found this one for me. Mm-hmm. So I was really happy about that. So that's one of our stash enhancements.
Then the yarn itself.
The yarn itself.
Oopsie.
Huh?
Sorry, I slid a stitch marker in. So
Now, this has a specific project in mind. I told Laura when I was a Laura concert when I was talking about doing her life changer shawl. I said, well, I got to do it in a DK. I can't be doing small needles. So I'm looking there for something for her, for her shawl because I want to make sure I bought something because I can easily dye something up, but I was going to buy something for it. And the lady, Laura, who works there, the different Laura
Yes.
who works there, said, these are size 7 needles for this pattern. I said, oh, I can do size 7 on fingering weight. So I picked up these 3 skeins of yarn.
And Davina says Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
So it's her Huey, Dewey, and Louie shawl.
No, it is not.
Huey, Dewey, and Louie shawl.
So this color is this is 100% superwash merino wool, and it's 420 yards. I'm doing the shawl in 3 colors. Laura's got it set up for main color and 5 minis, but you can do it however you want. Mm-hmm. You could even do it in a single if you wanted to. But what I'm going to do, my plan is to make this the main color, and then this will be colors 1, 3, and 5, and this will be 2 and 4. So that's the way I'm planning on doing her Life Changes shawl in these colors. The colors are Blushing Bride. This one's really weird. Toe Jelly Tea, which kind of sounds gross to me, but anyway, it's really pretty. And then Seagrass. Mm-hmm. And it's BB Knits Prima Sock. It's really pretty. 75, 25, 450 yards in this one. 420 in this one. And 420 in this one. I wonder what the difference is. Huh. They're all Prima. Oh, this is Prima Merino.
Maybe it's a slightly different base.
And Prima Merino, and this is Prima Sock. Okay. 100% superwash merino, but they're all
Okay.
this one's 75-25, and these are 100%. But they're the same.
You won't tell the
I won't be able
difference.
to tell the difference. So that's gonna be, isn't that pretty?
Very pretty. Let me slide one in here.
I don't have any more.
Oh, okay. So I picked up for Davina for a hat for her, with Diana's hat. I was like, maybe if I'm feeling froggy, she really likes the hat I knit her with the Quicksilver
Right.
yarn. But that was for DK weight, even though I used the light fingering. So I might have to find a lacy one for her because she really liked that hat.
Go through it with her because she's very particular.
Yeah. So this is Purple Lamb, hand-dyed artisan yarn. The colorway is Eggplant on Sparkling Merino Sock.
It looks like it might be a Lurex base.
So it's really pretty.
Very pretty.
I think it is Lurex. Well, it doesn't say. It just says Merino Sock. Sparkling Merino Sock. Oh yeah, 8% Lurex. 92% superwash merino, 8% Lurex. So that's what drew me to it, is the fact that I was like, Davina will love this. Even if it's another Diana's hat, she will love it. So, and I was drawn to the purple because I don't usually knit with purple, but she does wear purple. I don't, but she does.
Yeah, she has one of the hats that I made her in purple. She wears that quite a bit. So she'll like that.
And then I picked up more shepherd's wool with another Faye Kennington pattern in mind. This one will be Cathedral. And I took a black and white picture so I can be sure of the contrast this time. The brown will be the brim. And then the yellow and the green will be the main part of the color work. So, this will be much fun. I love shepherd's wool. One of my favorite sweaters was knitted in shepherd's wool. My one Bayou Saltatique that I knit in the blue spruce
You have
colorway.
to be careful with this because it'll felt.
Well, yeah, but my sweater has held up very well. So, I really enjoy knitting with shepherd's wool.
Get caught in the rain and in the sun, it'll have a felted sweater.
I've never had any issue with it, and I've had that sweater for years. So,
Well, you're not agitating it.
no, I'm not.
Okay. Okay, that brings us into shop news. Most of my shop news is hanging downstairs in the basement still. I already showed you these two that are going up as prize. And I apologize for not doing the prizes yet, but I'm waiting for the other one. Sue bought my skein of yarn that I was going to use as a prize for the for Instagram, the midnight one. I had 2 of them, and she bought the second one, and that's fine. I fully intended for her to buy it. I had another one, so I dyed that up, and that's downstairs. So I'm happy she got that. It made me really happy that she wanted it. So that I'm waiting for that to dry before I can put these up. This goes together, and then that other one will be another prize. But some of the stuff did dry. I don't think I showed you these. If I did, I apologize. I might have showed you this one. This is the Follow Your Star, and it's just a regular.
Very pretty.
It's a regular DK, I believe. Let me see here. It might be a sport. It's a regular sport. Yes, I think I did show you this one because it was a mistake that I was going to do something else. So that'll be up in the shop eventually as soon as I get some pictures taken. And then I have these two. When I dyed up the yarn for my last pre-order, Sunshine, they're all done now. They have to be reskeined and labeled. But that's these. These are If You're Happy and You Know It. And these, the weight for these are fingering weight. One is fingering weight and one's DK weight in my Stardust, because she ordered 3 skeins of yarn in different weights. So the other ones are still drying downstairs. I'll be able to show you that next week. And these are not Sunshine. Sunshines are in a different bag. I didn't want to mix them up with what is going in the shop. These two are actually going in the shop. So that is all I have for shop news. I have a couple colorways running around in my head. Hopefully that'll get done in the near future once things slow down a little bit. Let's see here. Oh, I forgot to mention this. It got lost in the shuffle here. We got a little package from Stephanie.
Yes.
And these are actually for Davina, I believe. I'm not sure if she didn't put a note in here, so I'm not sure if also it's part of a prize. But this is probably going to go to Davina. It's autism awareness. These are those press-on nail type things. I don't know exactly how they work because they're 100% real nail polish. And I guess, from what I understand from Stephanie, it looks like you peel it off and you apply it and then you use a fingernail file to shape it. Mm. And apparently if you don't have really long nails, you can get 2 of them out of it. Now, Davina's got fairly long nails, so I don't know how long it'll last her. And apparently you have to seal it off with heat source, and that's going to be a little difficult because nobody smokes here. But I guess an iron will do as well. And I know Davina will love this. Oh, look at these. Sparkles.
Oh, she'd love that.
And sparkles with pink. So Stephanie, I will either get in touch with you or you can get in touch with me when you get back from Maryland Sheep and Wool. I know you have a lot going on, so I'd probably, we'll get in touch with each other somehow. Are all of these meant for Davina, or is one Davina's and one for the prizes, 2 for the prizes? I don't want to say anything until I know for sure, but this was very generous of you regardless. Thank you very much. Very, very sweet. Okay, I would like to do one of them for the Sparkle Along.
Right.
Okay, to go with something. Okay, what else?
I'm not sure. I'm looking up a stitch, which is why I'm in here. Didn't you have a little, it's not from Ephemera, but it's similar.
Yes, it's not from Knitting Ephemera. Our Knitting Ephemera today comes from the internet. My husband saw this. It's about Vincent van Gogh. And it's going to be a little difficult for me to read this because it's a photocopy of something that was blurry on the internet. So I will do my best to read this.
If you have problems, pass it to me.
Yeah. It's a copy of a red lacquered box containing balls of wool owned by Vincent van Gogh. Okay? Inside of a red lacquered box, Van Gogh kept a collection of wool yarn, which he used to experiment with color combinations. Some balls of yarn consisted of a single color, and others 2 shades of the same color. But most were color complementaries, red and green, yellow and purple, blue and orange, wound together. Unlike fabric or other types of color samples, the long dyed threads mimicked the artist's elongated brushstrokes. It is not known exactly where Van Gogh got the idea to use wool to prepare his palette in advance, but he began doing so in Paris, where he discovered modern color theory. Isn't that interesting?
It is
I thought that was really cool that a well-known and well-respected artist, would use yarn to experiment with colors. That's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like that idea. I mean, why wouldn't I as a dyer think of something like that? I mean, you can just put colors together and then see if it works, right?
Right.
That's or even a color work person, it's just anyway, that's your Knitting Ephemera, but not from Knitting Ephemera today. Courtesy of my husband and the internet. Okay.
Yay for husbands and internet.
Yes. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay, we do want to reiterate the chatter. We do want to reiterate the charities that we mentioned. If you feel the need, this is by no means
right. No obligatory,
no obligation. If you feel called to donate anything for either the pregnancy center or Evan's house, please feel free to do so. You can contact us if you don't have our address. We will give it to you privately. The pregnancy center accepts hats up to about 2 or 3 years of age, I'd say. Baby blankets they're in desperate need of right now, that kind of thing, booties, all that kind of thing. And they accept, hats larger. Sometimes the parents or something will come in.
They've accepted toys as well.
And they have accepted toys. So anything that doesn't go to the pregnancy center will go to Evan's house.
Yeah.
And they also need everything. They need, hats and scarves and mittens
anything
that you can make, okay? And just, if you have a preference, let us know what the preference is. If not, we will just use our judgment and get that stuff off to Laura when we can.
Right.
And that's Gracie's mom, okay? I think that's her name. She's going to kill me if she is not the right name.
What,
Okay.
Laura or Gracie's mom?
That's Laura.
Well, if what's not the right name?
Gracie's mom.
It's the right name.
Okay. All right. Okay, now, anything else?
No.
Okay, we are planning on podcasting next week, so we will hope to see you then. But before we get into the goodbyes. We want to say thank you to those who commented both on Ravelry and
Yes.
YouTube. I think I hit almost everybody because I woke up this morning. I think there was one more.
You shouldn't hit people.
We want to thank LNS Crafts, Pat, Brittany, Renna, Wombat of Doom 53, and Sue for commenting on YouTube, and everybody who commented wherever you commented.
Mm-hmm.
We hope you have a week full of knitting and crafting and whatever it is that makes you happy. If you're a mom, we wish you a happy Mother's Day coming up next Sunday, although we will podcast before then.
Yes.
And we hope you have just a wonderful week, and we hope to see you back here for the Fun in the Woman Cave then. So, this is the Pen Hook and Needles Podcast, episode 353, and that's a wrap.
Bye.